My name is Pierre. I'm with Blue Moon Promotional here in Eastlake, Ohio. We are a contract screen printer. We print only for the people that are in the garment resale business. I took on some very serious work very early on because I didn't have enough regular work. There was a company that needed some museum grade printing, and I literally, we joked around. I skipped the deep end of the pool, jumped right into the ocean, and literally took the things to a whole new level very quickly. And then once we started printing at that level, it was a little easier to find new customers. The biggest thing that we got going to an auto was consistency. So with a manual trying to print halftone simulated process or 4-color process, you stroke it one way, this way, half an hour later you're tired and you don't get the same coverage. And so going to an automatic opened the doors for that. We can get consistent print after print after print. So that was really the biggest thing. And it really boiled down to just one question, which was which press is going to make us the most money at the end of the day or at the end of the month. And so as a contract shop, we live and die by our efficiencies. If we lose 10% efficiency, that kills 50% of our profit. So a press that can potentially print 5% faster makes a really big impact on the bottom line. It's a proper way, ultimately, it's a proper way to run a business by the numbers, so you know and you have a full understanding of what's going on the floor. From that standpoint, ROQ made the most sense. It was the press that we believe is going to deliver the most per day. My expectations were to get something that's just, I wouldn't call it average, but it was just nothing spectacular. But once we set the presses up and I got a chance to work on it, load some shirts and see how it works, it by far exceeded any of the expectations that I had. It's engineered to really for the maximum performance, and you can see it, that things are made super light so it can spin faster, it just spins smoother. I sort of kind of equated to the Lotus 7, the Caterham 7, which is a super light car with a small engine that just has massive performance. And that's what we were looking for, and that's exactly what this is. We'll get the most prints done at the end of the day. It's the little things combined all together that I am literally expecting our efficiency to increase by about 20% just by switching. My guys have been printing for 15 years, so they've printed on every kind of press imaginable. They picked it up pretty quickly. There really wasn't much training needed. I think everything we needed was probably covered in a couple hours, maybe 3 at the most. The cool part was Isaac talked about the best practices that he exercises when he's printing, or his guys are printing at his location. And so that was a good leg up for the guys that already have experience printing. Do you load the screen from the left or from the right? Somebody who's just getting started, they're not gonna care, they just need to get the screen in. But somebody who's living, breathing, and dying on the efficiency, if it saves you 1/4 of a second per screen and you're doing 50 screens a day, it all adds up. At the end of the year, all these little things add up. So that was pretty cool. At the end of the day, they've done everything that needed to be done to make sure we have everything that we need. And that's good customer service. That's common sense. If you want to stay in business, you want to have the reputation as the guy that delivers, and they have delivered. So.